I had a chance to do a film series there, that films of experimental German filmmakers through the Goethe Institute through Toronto. And the experience was just so great, and the audience was fantastic. It was such a mix. It was sort of loose and casual, and people really cared. You know, people wanted to come because they were really interested in what was going on there, and I was one of them. Ron Benner and I were, at that time, were still members of the Forest City Gallery. And in fact, if I recall correctly, we both resigned at the same time after driving the last 2 nails in the floor of the then renovated Forest City Gallery on Dundas Street, and we both left. Only because it was so structured. As Bob pointed out quite accurately, you know, the artist-run centers were becoming highly formalized in those days, and that didn't allow for any immediate response to what was going on. And there was a lot going on, and I think we just wanted to do it. Well, I think the embassy started in London simply because there was a tradition of people striking out on their own to do things that they wanted to do without relying on the institutions doing it for them. Hence, the artist-run centers actually started in London. And consequently, we had a sort of a tradition that we could follow on. You know, people were showing in hotels already at that time, so starting that space, I think, was fairly natural. But also, I think Ron and Jamili were in Europe, and they saw what were happening in cafes there, you know, like in Germany and in France, which had a long tradition of that. Well, you didn't really think of it. We were so busy just doing stuff that we wanted to see, right? Not what we were doing, because we saw that every Sunday night, because we used to have regular dinners together, and if you go to any of our houses, we all have large dining room tables, solidly built, to take the impact of the arguments that we used to have with the kids crawling underneath between our feet, you know. It was really like that. So it really was an extension of a naturally ongoing activity. It wasn't prescriptive or designed. It grew quite organically, and we grew with it, of course. I think it's another cornerstone and laying a groundwork for possibilities within the arts community. You know, there's a whole new generation of artists that are staying here, that are committing themselves, having families, buying homes. And I think what the preceding generation did for us, perhaps this is the sort of legacy we can leave, that you can do things outside of what the institutions try to provide or can't provide. I think it's fantastic. I'm surprised how well the work holds up over all these years. It's really quite refreshing. And I'm really pleased that a lot of the work are in major collections, so they'll be well preserved. So it was really nice for us to show them first.